Listen, sister, listen to that voice within. Listen, sister, come on in. Surrender to the river of unfolding that runs beneath your belly and heart. Surrender to the river of unfolding, for now's the time to start. Listen, brother, listen to that voice within. Listen, brother, come on in. Surrender to the river of unfolding that runs beneath your belly and heart. Surrender to the river of unfolding, for now's the time to start. Listen, people, listen to that voice within. Listen, people, come on in. Surrender to the river of unfolding. It touches everyone you see. Surrender to the river of unfolding. It starts with you and me. It starts.
Hi and welcome to Freja's Fiber, our knitting podcast. With me today I have Freja. Och vem är det?
Det är Momo.
Det är Momo, that's grandma. Yeah. So three generations of knitting. Everybody's wearing something I made except me. My mom is wearing a poncho I crocheted for her. And Freja is wearing a little dahlia cardigan that I made for you this fall. But now it's almost spring again, so it fits you.
Banan.
This is bananas.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. We're coming to you from south of Sweden, my little cottage here, where Freja lives with me, and my mom lives with us for a while now. And then she's gonna move back here in south of Sweden. She's been in the north for a while. Yeah, so this is a podcast about knitting. I mainly knit for me, Freja, and my mom.
Yes.
Jo, det gillar banan. And I like sustainability and gender equality and, you know, just being kind in a harsh world, and it's really harsh right now with the virus and all, but I'm going to talk about that later, even if my mom doesn't like it. But first I'm going to show you what I finished since last time. I actually made a hat for a friend. We did a swap. I got some mate. I quit drinking coffee and started drinking this herbal tea, so to speak, instead, and I made them a hat, and I'm gonna insert some pictures of that hat now because I don't still have it. And then I made a couple of half mittens for myself in a gray yarn combination. I like the simplicity of them, but I have not been using them that much. Interact. Yeah. So the main thing I finished is the owler blouse. I'm going to insert some pictures of this blouse because it is so beautiful. it might be one of the most beautiful things I've ever knitted. The pattern is by Fable Knitwear, Helena Arnesen, Norwegian girl, lady, woman, I never know what to say. It has ruffles in the sleeves, and the body is knit in solid yarn, and the yoke and the arms are made in mohair. I actually carried a strand of mohair in the body also because my yarn was too thin for the gauge. It's actually supposed to be in lining with ruffles here too, but I thought that would kind of feel, I sometimes feel that I'm choking if I have some like a neck lining that's up too tight to my neck. So I made an I-cord bind off instead, and I think that really works well with the design. I do need to wear some high-waisted jeans or high-waisted skirt if I'm wearing it, or pants, but it can also work over a dress. So thanks to Corona, I have never worn this outside. I finished it this week, last week. Days are just melting together, and it's such a weird time right now. I actually thought I was gonna record because I thought that, yeah, I guess a lot of people have a lot of time to watch podcasts now, and let's keep each other company, you guys. Unfortunately, I'm not, like, I don't want to seem unfortunately, but the schools in Denmark are closed, the schools in Finland are closed, the schools in Norway are closed, and they decided to keep the schools in Sweden open. And I'm a teacher, I'm a Waldorf teacher at a Waldorf school, and last week Freja was sick, so I couldn't go in the entire week, but I checked, and like only half the kids in my class were there, and it's just so strange to me. Like, I know this disease is not, and this virus is not dangerous for me or Freja or like healthy young people, but it is dangerous for elderly and sick people, and to just continue like normal and let the kids, because the kids can be carrying it even if they don't know or even if it's not showing, and to let the disease spread around like this, because in the beginning they said, oh, we can see that it's just people that have been to other countries that are have the disease. We can't see that in a society where they're getting infected, but now people are sick, people are getting it from within Sweden, and they're still not closing the schools. Like, the headmaster can close it if they want to, really want to, but I think a lot of parents would be angry. So I guess it's more important to keep, I don't know, it's a difficult question. I do understand also why they want to keep the schools open, but I really think we should be very careful. It's very contagious, but it's not very dangerous. But ja, älskling. Äter du? Are you showing some other things I finished? I made you a little sausage. En korv.
En korv?
Yes.
På fingret.
Kan du ha korven på fingret? Vad är det här då? Vad är det? Pancake.
Oj.
Ja,
Det var tummen.
ja, du har gjort den pannkakan idag.
Mamma också ser pannkakan.
Mm.
Oj.
Pappa. Mamma också bara
Korven.
Mm.
Mamma bara också.
Ska jag säga?
Mamma också fingret. Vad gjorde mamma fingret?
Ja.
Vad gjorde mamma?
Jag vet inte. Vad jag gjorde.
Vad gjorde Noah?
Jag vet inte vad Noah gjorde.
Var det leken?
Vad gjorde Freja? Har gjorde Freja?
Freja åt banan tror jag. Och gröt gjorde hon. Ville hon fortsätta med det?
Jag hoppar högt.
Hoppar du högt? Ska du ha lite mer?
Så.
Okay.
Så.
I got company again. Yeah.
Inte hoppa nu. Du ska dricka banan.
Vill du äta banan?
Där har du korven. Ja?
Nej, jag vill ha blomman.
Nej.
Jag vill ha blomman.
Bara titta på blomman.
Titta på den.
Körsbärsblommor.
Aj. Inte alla. Jag tror
Här ser
alla.
man hur fin koftan är.
Jag tror...
Ska du köra kontrollen?
Jag tror Sally.
So what I was trying to say that it's not a dangerous disease, but we need to be careful with the hospitals not getting overwhelmed, etc. But I know. Did you pass it now? No, no, you didn't. Can I have that? Kan jag få den? Jag vill ha den. Tack, tack. Tack, tack. Får jag den? Tack, vad snällt. So yeah, I thought I would record. So anyway, so the finished things I've done since last time was the hat, the half mittens, and the owler blouse. The yarn is, I didn't say that before I think, the yarn is alpaca silky from Sumness and Tun Silk Mohair, and all the yarn is from garnaffären.se. That is one of our collaborations. So yeah, I'm really happy with that, but like I said, thanks to this virus, Corona, I haven't been able to wear it outside yet. The little things here that Freja brought is from a kitchen that I made her for her second birthday. I bought an organic wooden kitchen and I put it together, and then I crocheted a little bit of food and I knit a carrot, and then I've been just getting like old stuff, vintage stuff at secondhand shops for her to have on her in her kitchen. Yeah, I'm gonna continue. I have a lot of knitting mojo right now. I think it's like I've seen some knitters on Instagram, because I'm very active on Instagram, say that they've lost their knitting mojo but they're in quarantine and they're so sad. And for me it's like, I have my knitting mojo but I'm not in quarantine, my job is still open, Sweden is pretending like nothing's wrong. And yeah, I just want to knit. But I'm looking forward to working and seeing my students, and it's gonna be fun to have not as many students as normally, because then you can do, when you have smaller groups, you can do different things. Ja! Vad gör du?
Jag var före.
So,
Blåsippan.
blåsippan. Ska du säga hej till kameran? Ska du vinka?
De ska sjunga.
Are you gonna sing for us? Come here. Are you gonna sing?
Crawl. Jag sitter lite för nu.
Så du lilla vide, en säder vide. Så fint! Ja! Vi tar blåsippan också då. Blåsippan.
Lås inte utan vackarna dag. Höstermor. Nu hänger det nu är vår. Barnen plockas loss.
Rusa som hämnder rop och skratt. Ja, vad bra! Så, nu är vi nöjda. Hej nu!
Yeah, I was watching the podcast Fruity Knitting, and I saw this incredibly talented lady. She's called A Passion for Lace on Instagram, and I've been writing to her sometimes, I think, when I have a question or so, but she follows us too. And then I asked her, do you think I should knit, like I talked about in the last episode, should I knit a half shawl in superwash so I can wash it all the time, because I want it as a scarf and as a blanket for Freya. And
Mama!
yeah. Because, yeah, I wanted to be able to wash it. But I got a lot of comments from you guys saying, like, would you actually want it if it was superwash? Would you not be bothered by it after a while? And yeah, you're right. So I'm knitting this out of yarn that, like, smells so good. It smells sheep. It smells like sheep. It is from Solkusten Spinneriverkstad here in Sweden. A family-owned company. And yeah, it's just pure, natural, nice wool. So I'm gonna use like actually yarns that I already have at home in my woolly cabinet. So this, so I asked her too what she thought, and she said that yeah, she didn't know if it would keep its if it would keep its shape, like Monique, the lace, the queen of lace, I call her if you follow me on Instagram. And she was checking in on me and like, have you started? Because I've seen her made half shawls, so that's what I asked her also, because she's the most talented lace knitter I know, and I saw that she had done some lace half shawls with lace, and I'm not that, I love lace, but I'm not very good at it yet. I mean, I haven't tried it that much because it scares me. So yeah, it just made sense to ask her, and she kept asking if I started mine or things like that. And then one morning when I wake up, I open my phone, as you do every morning, and I have an email from Ravel. Saying she sent me the pattern from the Hansel Hap by Gudrun Johnston, I think it is. Yeah. So I was really moved to tears, and she wrote, I know you have a lot on your mind right now, but like, here's the pattern, and that was just I get tears again. That's just very nice. I'm a busy single mom, and yeah. The kindness of you right now is like everything for me. It is my connection to the outer world, seeing how other countries are dealing with this, like seeing other knitters deal with the coronavirus times, and yeah, the kindness everyone show each other right now. Ja, älskling! Hejsan!
Det är bok!
Det är en bok!
Det är samma garn!
Ja, det är massa garn. It's a lot of yarn.
Ja, ja.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm making a half
Mama.
shawl.
Det funkar inte.
Funkar det inte? Is it not working?
Mamma,
Ja, Freja.
det är bok.
Det är en bok. That's a book, yes. What is the book about? Vad är boken om?
Jag vet inte.
You don't know?
Det är nog. Det är säkert.
Okay, so yeah, I'm working on that right now.
Men plötsligt.
The half shawl.
Okej.
Just finished this, and I'm also working on something for this little one. She is using all my tea towels. Last night I posted a little tail.
Nej!
Oh no, oh no! Is it broken? It's under.
Den går sönder.
Yeah. So last night I posted on Instagram a post that I said the tale about the little tea towel
Du
thief.
kan läsa, mamma.
Thank you. Because basically I never have tea towels because she wraps her dolls in them and use that as a blanket. So
Okej.
I could see the
Vi
need.
lagar den.
Ska vi laga den?
And look
I
at
can see the need of a little blanket. So I'm crocheting actually a little blanket. I just started the upper side here now, so it's not very even. But yeah, I used yarn that I have at home, soft, dusty pastels, just like I usually use when I'm knitting. But now I'm crocheting. I actually used to crochet before I was a knitter. So it feels good to do that again. And I've been having some troubles knitting when this one is awake. It's been hard because she can pull the yarn and she can pull the needles, and I don't know, knitting seems more fragile to me than what crocheting does. So here it's just like one thread and one needle.
What's the button?
And yeah, the aporna. Is it the monkeys? Yeah. So I think this is going to be a really quick crochet. What do you say? A quick knit? I know you say that, but what do you say? A quick crochet? And and then I think I'm actually going to crochet her a blanket. But yeah, let's say. Is it the Jungle Book? With Mowgli? Mowgli. What is the snake's name? Vad heter ormen?
Oj!
Vad heter ormen?
Vad heter den?
Ka.
Vi lagar den.
Hur lagar den?
Vi sitter här taget.
Mhm.
Det är bättre.
Det är bättre. Okej.
Nu ringer
Vad stänger vi?
mamma här.
Okay, yeah. So I think I'm gonna make her actually her own blanket also that she can have in the car, because she doesn't really have like a favorite blanket or something.
Och det ska med peppa.
Oh, she's going washing now. Yeah. So that is what's on my crochet needle right now. And this is what's on my knitting needles. And I have one more thing that I want to show you. This is a bag from Bed of Roses. Very talented Norwegian lady that does knitting jewelry and bags. I don't have that many knitting bags. I have 2 project bags. So these 2. I'm actually making vest number 3. I'm not a vest person at all. But yeah, I got inspired when I saw this. I think it's by my favorite knitwear things. My favorite things knitwear. And it's a really bulky vest. And I was thinking, I don't really like tight necklines like I told you, so I'm thinking about making it a polo vest. But let's see if I will use it. I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a vest person, but I think it could be nice over dresses. And I think it's nice when it's like cold early spring here in Sweden. So I don't know if you can see, but there's a lot of yarns in here. Yeah, I just gathered a lot of yarn from my yarn cabinet and cast on. It's super, super soft. I don't know if you can see the halo of it. Yeah. So that's a pretty quick knit. It's supposed to be on needles 9mm, but I'm making it on 8 because I didn't find my 9mm needles. I don't think I have them anymore actually. So yeah, so that's what's on my knitting needles and the hat. I want to cast on 2 things. I want to cast on the Camille cardigan for Freja. I've been planning that since December. And I was so sure that I started and that I had the pattern, but nowhere could I find it. So I gotta have to buy that. And I also want to make 2 matching sweaters for me and Freja. There's one that I've been looking for a long time. It's a very fluffy lace sweater, and a follower asked me if I wasn't gonna knit something matching for me and Freja. She could see us in some white with a white knits with a halo, and I was like, yeah, that would be nice. But mostly I knit what I actually need. I did knit the Skappelgenser, the white knitted sweater for a while, and it's just not fitting me at all. It took a long time, it was good yarn, but I'm not using it, and I have actually never unraveled something that I knitted on before and reused the yarn, but I'm going to do that for the first time to make us these matching beautiful sweaters, and I actually feel good about it. I thought I was going to be angry because I spent so much time knitting on that garter stitch monster, but it feels good actually. So yeah, that's what I'm planning on to knit right now. I want to make myself more socks also. I want to make myself more half mittens. Hej Freja!
Väldigt kul kläder.
Visa mamma vad
Vill du visa? Får jag se? Vad har du i väskan? What do you have in your bag?
Jag har samma.
Want to show me?
Visa mamma.
Jag har samma.
Har du samma?
Hon har massa fina Freja.
Oh,
Så mamma har
kan jag få
gjort.
den?
Gå till mamma. Visa henne.
Får jag se?
Och visa mamma. Oh, whoopsie.
Let's see what you got in here. No, it's just that one.
No, is it?
Nej.
Får jag den?
Åh.
So Freya, she loves clothes. She just brought a bag with clothes from the kitchen. And this is the little bolero, I think it's also called in English, that I knitted for her. I think I showed it on the podcast a long time ago. But it's so sweet. And I love this yarn. Oh my gosh. I think it's called Berlin, and it's from Lana Grossa, I think.
Hej.
Uh,
Hej. Hej mamma.
Hej min älskling.
Hej mamma.
Hey Freja!
Många kläder.
Många kläder, a lot of clothes.
Ska du ut och resa nu?
Oj.
Ska du ta dem och
That was nice. Freja, vill du ha den?
semester?
Oj. Det är möte.
Ja, ska du på semester?
Det är möte.
Är det mörkt här?
Där har du tröjan. Du kan lägga i den tröjan där på soffan. Den är din.
Okej.
Okej.
Hej
Så,
då.
hej då.
Hej då mamma.
Hej
Hej
då
då.
Freja!
Ha det så trevligt på semestern.
Just going on a vacation.
Ska du på semester?
Hej då.
Hej då! So yeah, I have a lot of company in this episode. That's nice. Nice not to be alone in the quarantine.
Hej mamma.
Hey Freja! Like something I forgot to talk about in the last podcast is that I got a book from my mother. This was my birthday gift, but it arrived in January. I'm born on the 7th of December.
Vill du ha på mig?
They're talking a bit here, but I think you can hear me anyway. This is the Harry Potter official knitting book. I am a super Harry Potter nerd, so I actually sent this to my mom saying like, this is what I want for my birthday, and yeah, I'm so happy I got it. I don't know what I will knit in this, and I don't have anything right now that I feel like knitting, but I just feel that you need to own this book if you're a knitter and you love Harry Potter. But yeah, there's a lot of beautiful knits here that are inspired by Harry Potter and the wizarding world, or you know, something that you could just probably be wearing if you were living in that world, or stuff. I think there are some things that are actually from the movies, like for example the very classical Harry Potter Hogwarts scarf. I actually made a Hogwarts scarf in Gryffindor colors for Freya's big sister. She has two big sisters that are not my children. That's her dad's children. So I made her one in Gryffindor colors, and I met her a few months ago, and she was wearing a Hufflepuff one. I said, are you not Gryffindor anymore? She was like, oh, no, Hufflepuff. And I was like, so she can't use the Gryffindor scarf anymore. But yeah, I just love Harry Potter, and actually I've been watching the movies, and I do rewatch them and reread the books all the time. And one thing I usually do is that I usually do it actually when I'm feeling a bit insecure. I go back to Harry Potter because it was such a big part of my childhood. Like, the first book came out. Yes?
Vill du ha på mig?
Can jag sätta på den? Do you want it on you?
Annie.
On you. You're so good at speaking English.
Vad andra?
Aha, ska vi ta andra hållet?
Andra hållet?
Där.
Mamma.
Så. Bravo. You can see the very pretty yoke here on your Dahlia cardigan. Varsågod.
Jag bara... Där.
Okay.
Hejdå.
Hejdå! What was I talking about? Yeah, I think I was talking about Harry Potter and how I go back. It was a big part of my childhood. I read the first book when I just started school, and I read the last book when I was last year in school here in Sweden. So, yeah, it's been a big part of my childhood, and when I read it, I feel a bit safe. I don't know, am I alone in this, that you feel safe in this Harry Potter world, even if it's Voldemort or whatever, different dangerous things? There is something very comforting about these books, I think. I don't know if I'm alone in feeling like that, but yeah, so maybe I should cast on something Harry Potter, or I should at least like rewatch some of the movies again, now in these corona times. I still can't believe it. Like, I've always had little apocalyptic I don't know, I've felt like there will be some kind of apocalypse or pandemic or epidemic during my lifetime, and I've been wanting to have, like, I don't want to be a prepper, but I've been feeling like I would like have a box with things that would make me survive for a while, and like in the long run I want to have a farm and be somewhat self-sustainable and grow my own food and, you know, knit my own clothes, and, you know, or maybe even be off-grid, like living with your own solar powered electricity and water and yeah, whatever. But yeah, it's so weird when it's happening now, and we don't know if we're overreacting or underreacting, and yeah, it's a weird time. But I'm even more grateful than ever that I have knitting. Oh my god. And I feel a lot of knitting mojo. Like I said, there are a lot of things I want to cast on. Don't really have time because I'm a teacher. The schools are still open here in Sweden. I don't know if they will close. Like, I do want to see my students, but I don't think it's very fair to the people that are scared of getting the disease, that the kids still go to school and can spread it around to their parents and their grandparents and whatever. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But I'm really happy that I have my knitting and this woolly world and this woolly World Wide Web where I can talk to you through the podcast and on Instagram. On Instagram we're called Frejas Fiber, if you don't know that yet. And yeah, it would be nice to see you there and see you here. We're actually getting close to 1,000 subscribers. I know that's not a huge amount, but it's a big enough amount for me. I'm really happy that a lot of you are watching, and I would like to have a giveaway when I reach 1,000, but I don't know what that should be. Maybe you have some ideas, you could put that in the comments or contact me on Instagram. What should I give away on when we reach 1,000 subscribers on the podcast? That would be interesting to see. Hi Mom!
Hi.
You were like a guest on the podcast, I think in the second episode.
Think so, yes.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. I don't know if anybody watched that. I'm getting a lot of sun here. But you're here right now and taking care of Freja when I'm gonna go back to work on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you wearing? I talked about that earlier.
Yeah, well, this is one of your great gifts to me. It's a poncho.
Do you know if it's crocheted or if it's knitted?
It's crocheted.
Yeah. You were a little insecure. I remember making this when I lived in Finland. I think it was some like organic yarn from Finland.
Okay.
I remember it was a good yarn.
Anyway, I'm living in it.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
But I think you got it quite recently.
Well, no, it's a year ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's recently in my
Your life.
in my life. Yeah. Like I said, I knit things for myself and Freja and my mom. And you often inherit. I think this is actually inherited.
Could be.
Like
Yeah.
when I don't wear anything more,
I
I don't unwrap it. I give it to my mom.
I don't care. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember those
I'm
lace
grateful.
socks I made?
Yeah. They are so pretty.
Yeah, that they broke though. They got.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay. The yarn was not like I didn't have any nylon or polyamide in it, so
But I'm happy.
Yeah,
for
you
that.
don't like that,
No.
but then they break. That's just what happens if you don't have anything. Like you could do a sock and you just have some nylon in the heel and the toe, but they break if you don't have it. So
Yeah.
that's what happened. But I remember I showed them on the podcast a long time ago. I made some lace socks. I'm just gonna move so the sun is not in my face. And I did it in a really nice yarn from the Spanish lady. What's her name? Oh, that makes a lot of beautiful yarn. Organic dyed, hand dyed, botanical dyes.
You can write.
Georgia Fibers. And I knitted these lacy socks, and the pattern was made by a friend of mine. I think it was a test knit actually. And then my mom washed them. And they shrunk.
Funny.
And guess what size they shrunk to? So I have like size 40, 39, and my mom is 37, so they like fit her perfectly. So I just
a great accident.
Yes, a great accident for you. But I was thinking, I was going to ask you, why do you think I've always been interested in textile and fiber arts?
Well, I think it is since you started on the Waldorf school.
Really? You
Yeah.
don't remember? I liked it before.
Well, I knitted a lot when you were younger,
Yeah.
and
Not just knitting. I meant like I've always, like Grandpa always says that I've always been doing something like embroidering or sewing or whatever.
Yeah.
Like my first memory of doing something connected to fibers and textile was that I was sewing a Barbie dress when we were living in Grönhagen on Öland.
That's right.
And I remember it being Midsummer's Day, and I accidentally sewed the dress onto my own sunny yellow dress. And I was so sad and crying because there were holes in my new dress because I accidentally did that. And I still remember that feeling. And I'm still like that when I sew. But I'm like, I hope I don't sew it onto myself. But I was thinking I was going to give you some credit for me being interested in those things. Not because you weren't, but like when things needed mending, or like I couldn't ask you, like, could you make me a dress?
No.
Or could you make me...
I couldn't sew.
So
So?
I needed to be able to do that.
Yeah. That's right.
So I think it's thanks to that also, because I know a lot of people that are knitting, maybe their mom or grandma was seamstresses or yeah, but I think for me it was the opposite. Like you didn't.
Yeah, sewing, but I mean knitting. I knitted you a blue sweater. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that sweater.
You kept it for many years.
I did.
Since you...
I did. I got it when I was a teenager.
No, you got it when you were 4 or 5, but you didn't throw it away or give it away until you were a teenager.
Do you mean like the really clear blue one with grey stripes that was mohair?
Mohair.
Okay, yeah, I kept it for a long time. Yeah, I did. And I got a big chunky white one. I did love it. I didn't wear it a lot, but I did wear it. But I don't think you've ever knitted me. You knitted me sweaters, but I don't ever think the arms have been equally long.
No, and also I needed. Remember in Boschekloster at the castle in Hör,
No.
I knitted you a sweater from the Angora rabbits. I bought some yarn from an old man and a woman who were, what do you call it, spinning?
Yeah, spinning.
Yeah. And that was Angora yarn, and it was a beautiful, beautiful.
But that was the big
sweater.
chunky one.
No. This was a small sweater. I think you were like, it was before we went here. So
I have no memory of that sweater.
was so soft. I know you loved it. It was so soft. It was.
But what happened to it?
I don't know.
Feels like maybe we washed it and it's so dramatically.
It could be.
It's so dramatic memory that we have suppressed it.
Yeah, and also I probably hid it from you.
Oh, that I could easily imagine that I
If
loved
I
it
did.
and you accidentally washed it and then hid that.
Exactly.
From me.
Yeah.
Since I'm a
It
mom
could
now,
be.
I forgive you.
Okay, good. Thank you.
But
Now it's out in the open.
Now it's out in the open. Now it's out on the World Wide Web. You might have made me an Angora sweater that you shrunk and then hid that from me. So maybe that's what I started knitting.
I think it could be. You were so inspired by the sweaters, but then they vanished. So you needed to do new ones.
New ones, yeah. But I didn't start knitting. I did start knitting when I went to the Waldorf school, but I didn't really like it. So I didn't. And do you remember when I was crocheting a lot? I think you got some crocheted shawls for me.
Yeah, I got one at least.
Yeah.
I have 3 now.
Yeah, that's
I
also
have
fun.
this and
You have that.
The pink one, and also another one that is like shaped like this shawl.
Do you still have the first one I made you, the one with pearls in it?
Yes, I do.
But it's not nice looking right now, is it?
No.
I made a really soft one for her Christmas with, I think it was silk.
But I haven't
mohair.
thrown it away.
No, that's
No,
nice.
no.
But she used it so much that it shrunk.
Yeah, actually. And I didn't wash it so it shrunk. It was that I kept it on.
Yeah, it kind of more felted, I would say.
Yeah.
It got felted because from using it so much. And
because I loved it.
and
I had it on.
you know, the body
all the
heat
time. Yeah.
and it getting warm and cold and warm and cold, that makes it felt also.
I noticed.
So I got that back from you, and another Christmas I added on a lot of rows so it got bigger.
Right. I have forgotten that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
But I think it's...
I was happy, but I think it's filtered that too.
Yeah, I don't think it's
but I have it
good to
somewhere.
use.
You know I moved a lot. So
Yeah, you do.
you know,
Do you think you will get something from your birthday?
I'm not sure.
It's on the 12th of April, sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I
Since
really,
you.
sincerely, I really hope
Appreciate
so.
Yeah, my mom was also, like I said in another episode, she was the only one to get something knitted for Christmas this year. What did you... Do you remember what you got? You got the socks.
The socks, yes. They look like a Sami pair of socks.
Yeah.
Socks.
Or those boots.
Yes, the brown and red. And yeah, they're
Looked a bit
really
like
pretty. I have
ginger.
them here.
You always have them with you. You wanted me to fix the lace socks, but I don't think they're fixable. Maybe we can make a bookmark out of the lace part or or something, but I don't think I can fix them.
No, but if I could have a wish for my birthday.
Oh my god, I do not have time. Seriously, these non-knitters, I don't
It's
have...
only like 20 days.
I don't have time to knit something
No,
new.
you don't have to.
Okay.
But someday
Let's-
I would like another shawl with those pearls in. I think that
Okay.
was so beautiful.
That
is my wish.
I will think about that.
Before I'm 80 at least.
Before you're 80, wow. Yeah. Pearls on a white scarf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the most prettiest scarf I ever seen.
Yeah, I think that's...
And it was very soft.
That will happen before you're 80, I can promise you that.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I will just have to. It's not a hard request. You're not a hard requester either.
No.
Like I was talking to a friend of mine on Instagram, and she said that her sister asked her for a color work jacket. Do you understand what that is?
No, not
It's like
really.
a big jacket, like a big kofta, but it's more like a jacka. And color work is like when you have lots of different colors making different patterns all over everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
like that is very hard to make.
I know.
That takes
I
a lot
know.
of
I
time.
tried to make one once upon a time.
You did make with stripes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also am
Proceed.
doing socks right now, Sami colors.
That's right.
And that's why I'm never requesting anything quickly.
no,
Because I've done these socks for 1.5 years, I think.
Yeah.
And they're not still ready.
Isn't it longer? Didn't you start them before Freja was born?
Yeah, probably did.
I think so. 2 years.
2017? Is that 2
Yeah.
years ago?
3 years ago.
Nah.
It's 2020. If you
Yeah, but
started
it's
them.
just in the beginning of 2020.
Fine.
Okay.
Soon April.
2.5 years ago.
Over 2 years ago, you
Yeah,
started these
yeah,
socks.
okay.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
knit faster than that.
You do. Absolutely.
But it was really nice, actually. I think the last time you were here. Oh, sorry. I think it was the first time we both sat in the sofa and knitted, and I did the heel for you.
I have them with me.
You have them with
Yes.
you? Good. I did the heel because she did.
Because now I
She
need
was
to
talking.
finish
She
it.
was talking gibberish. She was like, "I'm gonna knit together here and blah blah blah." I was like, "No, that's not how you do it. You have to knit the heel flap."
I used to know. I knitted socks for my father and for my mother before I had you.
Oh, you blame me now?
No, I'm not blaming you. I just really get this insight that you can actually forget how you knit things.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I forgot how to knit.
It's not like bicycling.
I do think it is. Like, if you did start it again, you would kind of...
Yeah, well, it gets probably learned faster, but that kind of knowledge, I have to relearn it.
Yes.
How to make socks.
Or just ask your daughter to do it for you.
Yeah, well, that's not really fair. You know, I want to say that I made it.
You did, but
Yeah.
you got
But
help
not-
with the heel.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
Maybe, like, this time we can make you make it more.
Yeah, but you did. You showed me, and then I did the rest. That's for sure.
No, I did it.
Now,
did the
don't
heel.
start.
I did the heel, I promise.
I don't want them to listen to us discussing
But
things.
it doesn't matter. It's still, the rest is
You
made
can
for you. It took me
Cut this.
It took me 1 evening to do the heel, and it took you 2 years to do the rest. So I do think I do think the honor is yours.
Okay, I'm not ready yet.
I know. Have you even started the second one?
No.
No. Oh.
I needed to finish this one.
Oh,
and
you
then I
needed
needed to
toe
learn that
also.
too. Yes. So that's why I saved
That's
it
easier.
for you.
That's actually their knitting together and slip knit. I think we can do that.
Good.
Yeah, together. Well, thank you for watching. This has been a very family-friendly episode with my mom and Freja coming in and out of the picture. I hope you can hear me talking even when they were close by. And yeah, I just wanted to make an episode now. I usually make one once a month. But I was thinking there's a lot of people in quarantine right now that might all over the world that might want some company while they're knitting in their sofa. So I hope we've at least distracted you for some time.
That's good.
I think that would be good. Yeah. Freja,
Ja,
ska du komma och säga hej då?
jag är fan.
Va?
Jag är fan i garnet.
Vill du kolla på garnet?
Garnet.
Kom och kolla på garnet då. Did you find some yarn?
I don't know. I have to have a look.
She said, I want to look at the yarn.
Åh, har du hittat garn? Nej men så fint!
She did find yarn.
Ah,
Did she mess it up?
kom så ska vi visa mamma. Kom. Så fint.
She's saying, oh, that looks nice. I think she's ironic.
Garn.
This is what I found in the sofa.
Oh, wow.
Jag vill
Där. Yeah.
Där är
Freja's
garnen.
made a creation.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Oh, thank
She
you.
found it.
Okay. So
So thank you for watching. I just wanted to say that I'm gonna include a little clip where we're doing an outing, Mom and I, and I'm knitting and I'm wearing my Aller blouse for the first time, and we're visiting our favorite garden center here with its cafe and having vegan lunch. And yeah, spring is really showing off its best side here in Sweden in these videos, so I hope you will enjoy them and have a great time. See you next time. Bye.